But let's see if this pistol can flabbergast. Sampaio has got the dual Berettas, and it's XANTARES that goes down first. Good work from Wicadia, claws it back, the smokes will land. It looks like the eggplant will be working out. Full investment, flash, Molotov, double smoke, and it will facilitate a plant. Good pick from Dupree, there's a difference.
Bomb hasn't gone down.
Wait.
Yeah, I thought they should have been able to punch in the digits, but this, now with the time on the clock, is going to get interesting. Taking the jewels, Eternal Fire under pressure, 2v4.
Running out of bodies, it's lovely from Snappy. Woxic's a dead man walking. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how Magis can Dupree handle this. The boost is a pre-aim, but XANTARES quick to delete Dupree. Magis got a lot of pressure and a lot of util. They know where he is, doing the flashbang dance back to Jens, finds safe cover. Incendiary disrespected as XANTARES. He knows that the advantage is theirs. This retake util from Sampaio to disrupt, but XANTARES racks himself up another. And Sampaio, he's doing what he can, but down empty-handed. Just some significant damage onto XANTARES and Wicadia, but for the rest of them, Snappy and Madden, there is nothing here for them except death, and that's Snappy taken out by Wicadia for his third.
It was extremely tempered. If you were watching before we got into the broadcast, the live portion, Banks had a lobby segment and he was talking to Snappy and asking him some questions about the team. Very tempered in terms of the expectations. Interesting position for Madden.
It's a very hard clear. It's a weird clear because you're starting to pre-aim the elevator position. It's likely Madden can get away with one here, especially considering his aiming prowess. And Pius throws out the gap smoke. That will delay unless they disrespect. An angle found and a headshot posted. Big from Madden. Calyx taking heavy flak through. Snappy brings him down, planting in the smoke. He gets it down. Woxic and XANTARES, though, I mean, I think the plant might be the very best they get.
If Woxic had an AWP at Sandbag, I might start the conversation. But the fact it is a 2v5, someone's going to have to step up in a big way.
Oh, sounds Q as well, given by XANTARES. Dupree well aware and just sweeps into the angle, clears him out. And Woxic, as you said, yeah, perhaps an AWP would have changed the conversation. Dupree, a nice little strafe to get the information, and the bomb's just going to be defused. Woxic, he goes down, but it is a third for Falcons.
Wicadia, a little bit worried about the boost, but once they've fortified and XANTARES now confirms that they can execute with ease.
I'm intrigued.
Is he going before the nades?
Just ahead of the play and takes off the head of Sampaio. Spam doesn't find him. It was a valiant attempt to try and find a rebuttal, but look at Wicadia, just throws caution to the wind, finds himself on an elevated position and dispatches of Madden. Now perhaps the conversation changes from winning to saving, and that's not going to happen for Snappy. XANTARES looking very potent. If you combine XANTARES and Wicadia, you have got a very potent pair.
IEM Cologne.
Hashtag IEM Cologne, that's the one, is it?
Your chance to join the conversation today.
About hoodies and sleeves and Counter-Strike.
All right, well, not doing this B pressure. Magis knows he's somewhat forward again over towards B, but they're up. Snappy's in trouble.
There's a flaw. There is a flaw in your clears. As again, was still Eternal Fire did win that round that Snappy got the double, right?
And they might win this one as well.
Yeah, I think they might. So regardless of Snappy's opening, it boils into an uncomfortable one for the Falcons.
So many smokes for a Total Fire to finish this round. It's almost pick your poison as far as the executor's concerned. I think they're waiting for any re-aggressors. If Woxic can transition across towards Sandbag without being noted, he can post up on Cat. Don't worry about that. Dupree steps in. And I think this will be the fifth round for EF. It's awfully quiet over there with the complexity attacks game, and that...
Oh, it's going. It's still going.
Okay.
Very much.
I can see now live and in person as opposed to just on the Blast for group cams, the tilt.
They know what's up.
Might be 4 players. Sampaio is close to Snappy too.
You got the read. Confirmation of their suspicions as the nades sail into the site. Dupree activates first, spams down Wicadia as Magis controls the spray for 2. Dupree on double, he's noted, his presence is known. And swings out on the flash, supportive work. Madden helps Dupree make it 3 on 2. Awkward now with only 15 seconds. Magic gets the flash. Good team play. Gets himself across the default, but behind the smokes and spam down is Sampaio. Bomb to be planted. He's low HP. He's just begging and praying. The spam doesn't find him. And Maja into the 1v1. He does enough to take another. Big frags from Maja. 3 frags from the in-game leader. And XANTARES puts the cherry on top.
I do feel that there will be some issues if Eternal Fire do head towards A because they're very diligent in the way that they go for these clears. We've seen them, and actually, I feel a bit silly saying that because they've run up not looking at yellow several times, but they tend to look at the boosts.
You're right. Well, XANTARES, let's see his flight path here. Oh, we don't think it was a clear, but it was a crazy quick adjustment. Nice timing on the peak. He was jumping. woxic was defenseless. Still Madden can't close it. Smoke towards main. 5 versus 3. Falcons, they're left wanting once more.
Oh, why not?
He's always up
why
to no
not?
good.
Help yourself, son.
Dupree just looked away.
Help yourself.
Wow, he's found himself behind enemy lines, lads. You can pause. Does he wait for the fade, or is he actually going to go ahead of the play? A free frag, now back turn for the trade of Magis. Deleted. And only some pyres remain. They're well aware the gap hasn't been cleared. And we got a 7th. It's kind of like wall hack for bus drivers, isn't it?
Do they need a GPS system to make
he got a
go on a
sound cue.
route?
He was waiting for a sound cue.
Well, the bus isn't parked anymore.
No.
It's rolling down the hill.
And
Getaway bus.
Hong Kong. Oh, well, clown bus, I think. Unfortunate. That's not gone well for Calyx, despite the sound cues given away. And these SMG, this 5 SMG round, could be where Falcons actually managed to deviate from the norm.
This wasn't a full investment. Obviously, this is just a partial
This
buy.
was 6 rounds in a row from EF, and then just kind of tripping over their shoelaces in a half buy from their opponent. I mean, it's not over yet. Hang on. Imagine, that's looking good.
Yeah, but woxic has to do some heavy lifting.
Yeah, but the AWP, oh, that angle would have been the death of him.
How does the time sound to you? Not
13.
great to me.
Yeah, that's a little nasty. It gets worse. Magic's got the bomb, but now he's got no health, and this round has fallen apart. They'll leave with AWPs, they'll leave with AKs, and they'll leave with a 4th round.
woxic lacking a little bit of view too, but AKs.
Oh, wow. Some players just went hyper-aggressive. What a wealth of information, but is he anticipating?
How does he get away from
Yeah, he's kind of all in on this.
Hello.
Calyx gets a free frag.
There's his first.
Down, and it's a huge impact frag.
There it is. It couldn't have been easier at all, but let his nose stick out like Pinocchio.
And that's a powerful position, a demonstration from Calyx as to some of the options that gives you. Geeky.
Yeah, nice little nade. You also see that as a Molotov variation as well.
This is ballsy from Dupree over the smoke, a dink exchange, but the Kalashnikov prevails.
It feels like XANTARES and Wicadia have been somewhat unstoppable with these A pursuits. If they've been given the chance to take those duels, find those entries, they've done a great job of it. Now a 2-man advantage, the final round of the half, grouping up. If they trade onto Magis, round over.
That's if. Calyx is casting his eyes just around that smoke, but he doesn't want to give up the plan until the util's ready. Molly from default, Molly towards his position, incoming. Magisk has to engage and commits to the spray with just the 1. Calyx, good conversion. This is their round, and off the back of a timeout, they stabilize. Looking to make it 8. Only snapping to 4 and down.
I think...
this is a little interesting.
Yeah, so we've seen this one. This has been run for quite a while. This variation of the smoke will go through the little gap over towards A, and it'll smoke off towards middle. So they're going to try and brute force their way through the guts. But there's 3 players stacking B, Alex. That could be another issue.
Oh, Fakerino. Charging in. And Magic's going to be the first port of call. A snappy headshot, and now not far off of finding Madden. He has the kit, he has the smoke. It's not ideal for him to go down, but nonetheless, he does. And Madden and Dupree combine to seize the A site. Control is theirs.
I think the strat's called All the Spawns Belong to Us, because Falcons had theirs and now Eternal Fires, and they've made this difficult.
It's already uncomfortable. I really like the call.
I think they ran something very similar during Blast.
You can see how limited it is. I mean, the maximum you're going to have in mid is 2. Unless you're really mixing it up. Smoked off Ellie, you have a choice. Very...
Smoke and Kit.
Yeah, it certainly could go wrong. I'd be impressed if EF can turn this one around. Calyx, maybe he can have a moment. Wicadia smoking the...
I'm getting a little bit worried.
I'm already concerned. Chad, I'm very worried. Chad, the 5-second defuse comes through. Oh, Dupree. It was 1 second in. That may less. Half a second? What do you reckon?
Well, 2 crane side, 2 short side. Nobody sandbag, they say.
Oh, I didn't like that from Snappy. Neither did he. Advancing. It's Wicadia empty-handed, but it's Calyx with the impact. Triple kill from Calyx. Essentially doubling his kills, and the MP9s, they work for both sides. Dupree, though, he's holding a real tight gap. It's woxic with that high sensitivity. Will he be able to find that pixel-perfect adjustment, whether it's required? We'll wait and see. Madden are not going to consider the sandbags, but Wicadia, the risk of this is
hello.
that... Yeah, okay. You get clear from that angle. No, never mind.
Well, if they had extra mollies, Alex, maybe they could have used it on sandbag.
True. Magist was too disconnected from the pack.
And that's sometimes where you have to drop the firepower, go for the Galil so you can get the Utah, but they've all gone for AKs, and you want to get an AK in your hand in the half.
This would be huge from Dupree. Oh, such good awareness, but the bomb goes down to XANTARES. The ramp player is ladder. And the other one was hiding behind sandbags and I didn't clear him.
I went for a play, it didn't work. So up next is Nuke. That's going to be Falcons' map choice. But Eternal Fire are currently 3 on the trot as far as Nuke's concerned. Not in the opponents.
Okay, right. But still wins. Eternal Fire saying they're more comfortable here. Back in the familiar environment that they had in Katowice.
Sounds to me like some teams have just arrived, Alex. I can hear monitors being set up.
Where do you put your black equalizer, Chad?
Here on the PC they provided in the hotel, I've left it on 0, and I love the contrast of colours.
It does look nice. I couldn't agree more.
360 Hz monitor, I really need to invest. I'm still in that 240 lifestyle.
I've been living that 360 life for a while. woxic secures 12 days right now.
And confused.
And Snappy pushes in and doesn't clear Madja. Despite the flashbang, Madja still gets it. 3 versus 3, all to play for Falcons. This feels like it's a lost cause with the bomb already delivered to the doorstep of Wicadia. He dumps his util and yeah, the boost might be your only option, but I think the CTs might be pre-aiming that. Look at woxic's position. He knows that's the only real possibility while the smoke is up. His eyes are locked on that, so they're wise to think twice. They'll cut noise and hope that it sows some seeds of doubt.
There's another incendiary on XANTARES, but he's gone a little bit of a looky-loo, trying to lock the door. So drop down the ladder. If he pushes too early, he might actually give them another rifle to work with.
Yeah, they've got 35 to work with. Now, knowing the bomb is front B, it's... Oh, woxic spotted. That's going to leave XANTARES completely overlooked. And it looks like VERTIGO concludes in 13-5 scoreline. That is dominant from Eternal Fire. The Turkish side doing damage. And XANTARES at the front of the pack.